Our Shannon Ajawan was inside the Dane County courtroom today as animal rights activist and organizer Wayne Hsiung appeared for a preliminary hearing in connection with this case.
Do you see the person you know to be the Wayne Hsiung who was detained that morning in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Inside a packed courtroom, prosecutors laid out their case, walking through video evidence from the day dozens were arrested at Ridglan Farms, a breeding and research facility that has been the focus of protests and controversy for years.
You are being detained. Everybody stop.
The footage shown in court captures moments from that attempted break-in in March, including people entering buildings and carrying dogs out.
Had Ridglan Farms given anybody consent to enter those buildings and take those beagles?
No.
The hearing focused on whether there is enough evidence for the case to move forward. A judge decided there is, meaning this case will now head toward trial.
But I thought it was pretty interesting how much the prosecution was objecting to any questions about animal cruelty.
Outside the courtroom, Hsiung responding to that decision.
And that's because they know that's a vulnerability. They know it's not just a vulnerability in court, it's a vulnerability in the court of public opinion, which matters even more though it happens in the court of law.
Hsiung has been charged with conspiracy to commit burglary. He says he plans to represent himself as the case moves forward.
And also, I do plan to go pro se. I know there's some poo-pooing as to whether that's actually going to happen. Do these people even know my history? Like every single one of my cases, I go pro se. So of course it's going to happen eventually.
In Madison, Shannon Ajawan, WMTV 15 News.
Outside the courthouse, supporters gathered holding signs in support of Hsiung and calling for action against Ridglan Farms. Many listened as Hsiung spoke to the crowd before heading into court, reiterating his push for change and what he says is accountability for how the dogs are treated. Hsiung says he's ready for what comes next and can now legally return to Dane County after that restriction was lifted in court today.